So, Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how impressive was LeBron?
I'm going to give him a 10. He was great again last night, Skip. Scoring the basketball, shooting 50%, getting his teammates involved with 10 assists, rebounding the basketball, 11 rebounds, and playing defense. You know, that man done told you, don't come to my party unless you drink a Le Portier. They come in there with apple juice. He got to throw it out, Skip. It's an adult. It's an adult establishment. Don't bring kids' drink to my establishment. There wasn't no chase down. You saw one guy try to come at old LeBron. LeBron said, not in the house on my Dumbo. He can't do that, Skip. He's been great. Skip, LeBron James has only played 16 games. In 8 of those 16 games, he has at least 30 points or more. I mean, Kevin Durant, Giannis, I think, has 9. Kevin Durant has 11. But Kevin Durant's probably played 10 or 11 more games than LeBron.
Yep.
But you can see, we're going to talk about him a little later.
Yep.
But, Skip, what he started out doing, the first quarter, first half, he's like getting everybody involved. He's like, okay, come on, guys, let's do this, let's do that. Then in the third quarter, he says, you know what, I've seen enough. This game is a lot closer than what it needs to be.
Yep.
So he scores 11 in the first half, and then he goes on a tear by himself.
Yep.
With 14 points, 3 assists, and 2 blocks in the third quarter. And he turns a deficit into a 25-point lead. He did that. And then all of a sudden, he's like, you know, we go to the LeBron. I'm thinking to myself, Skip, I say, you know what? Man, LeBron about to get him the night off. Your old good rest time. Don't play again till Wednesday. Go on and get them out. Frankie V got to take a time out. Because LeBron out, and then all of a sudden they make the comeback. I was like, shh. And then he has to come back and bring some order to the establishment, hit a 3, get a another driving bucket. But he was great last night, Skip. I give him a 10 because he's still LeBron James. We're going to talk about this a little later about what some scouts and general managers are saying about him. But last night, in the past 2 nights in which he's played, he's been sensational.
The last 2 nights he's played the Oklahoma City Thunder, who lost by 73 points at Memphis. And last night he played the Orlando Tragic, who are now 5-23, having lost 12 of their past 13 games. And they were playing back-to-back because they had to play the Clippers on Saturday night in the same building, but they still had to play a basketball game without having to travel, but they had to play back-to-back while LeBron was resting. Actually, he just jetted off to Phoenix to watch Bronny play a basketball game.
So let me ask you a question. The Tragic, that's what you call them. If LeBron doesn't play and Anthony Davis play, do you believe they beat the Magic last night?
Yes, I do. Because the Magic are without their best player. I believe in Jalen Suggs because I've seen enough of him to say he's it.
He might, from what I've been seeing of Cole Anthony, I'm not so sure about that.
Okay, well, I'm not so sure either, but Jalen Suggs has not played. Okay, so he's out.
Okay.
And yet you're telling me to rank this game, my scale can only go up to an 8 against the Tragic because it's like a scale of 0 to 8. What do I give him? Well, I'll give him an 8 on that scale, but I won't give him a 10 because the scale doesn't go that high against Orlando.
No, Skip.
Because they're terrible.
Well, I'm glad you said
5-23, 12 of the last 13 they've lost.
I was hoping that we do Kevin Durant game so I can give him this 3. That 51-point game against Detroit he had last night. I was going to give him a 3.
He played by himself.
Well,
There was no James Harden.
Is Detroit the worst team in the Eastern Conference? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about GOAT. We're talking about GOAT. Skip.
Didn't Detroit give the Lakers all they wanted on Sunday?
We beat them.
I know, but they took it right to the wire.
Okay, Skip, this game was close until like the last 3 minutes of the ball game. But look, Skip, I get it, yes. But it says how impressive was LeBron. But remember, he's without AD. He's doing this. He has to orchestrate everything and still go get his 30, shoot the percentage in which he shot, get everybody else involved, rebound the basketball, and play defense. He did all of that. Yeah, Skip, even though, I get it. The Magic, this is not the Magic that just Shaq Magic. This is not even the Dwight Howard Magic. I'll give you that. But it still shouldn't diminish what he did at his age. When Tom Brady does something, you mentioned he's 44 years of age. We've never seen a guy, he's the oldest guy to ever get a 30-point triple-double. That means something, right?
Against Orlando?
Oh, my goodness. Now it's against
Without
Orlando.
Jalen Suggs? Really?
So Jalen Suggs was going to stop that.
Well, he's the, what, was he second pick in the draft?
No, he's a little further down than that.
He was up high, but I'm saying, when I watched him early, he was changing the way they looked.
Cole Anthony's played well. You know, they got Terrence Ross coming off the bench that lights you up. Now, you know, he get hot and go get 25, 30 in the blink of an eye.
Well, they're not exactly the Buffalo Bills in what Brady called the game of the year for the Bucs.
That might have been the case of game of the year. I don't know. You can make a case Indy was the game of the year for the Bucs also, considering they were down where they were down at the half, Skip, and he played the way he played in the second half. But he's played, give them credit, to play Indy, to play Buffalo, and to win those games in the fashion in which they won the game. I will concede that. But I still think LeBron played really, really well, considering, Skip, he's still trying to find a rhythm. He's still trying to get his conditioning back, considering he missed that time. He come back for one game, gets suspended, he's out of the lineup again. So now to try to find his rhythm, he looked good to me last night. It just foreshadowing a sign of things to come.
So last year, LeBron James averaged 33.4 minutes per game.
Right.
After last night, he's all the way up to 36.8.
Yeah.
So he's almost up to 37. So it was like 33 and a half up to 37. That's a significant uptick in minutes played.
Well, I was hoping for Skip. He was supposed to sit out the rest of the game. But considering
was he?
Yeah. But Skip,
you don't think he would have tapped old Frankie V on the shoulder and said, I need to go back in and stat pad?
No, ain't no stat pad, Skip. All the stats Skip, if he doesn't do what he does last night, they're not winning that game. Skip, you keep saying they would have
Time out. Can we please see LeBron in the final minute of the game last night? I'm talking about the final minute. We're talking about shots taken at 56 seconds and down to 22 seconds left in the game. Here's LeBron. The game is way decided, and he's jacking up shots. A fadeaway from 20, and then we got him. This is the buzzer's going to go off, and he's shooting.
So what's he supposed to do?
Take the rest of the night off? He could have gone out with 3 minutes left and it would have been just fine.
They got outscored. Hold on. They got outscored 32-21. So if LeBron doesn't...
By the time he'd come back in and made their little run for him, that was it. It was over. They're up 13-14. It's done.
No.
Huh? That's called all-time stat padding.
Not stat padding.
Well, does it not look like it to you?
I know a guy that played almost 42 minutes last night, but I ain't going to say anything.
Who is that?
And I ain't going to call his name. We ain't talking about him.
He scored 51 points
I thought you didn't
have James Harden.
I thought you didn't know who I was talking about.
He didn't have James Harden.
You said you didn't know who I was talking about when I said he played 42 minutes.
Who's the best player on the planet right here, right now?
I mean,
who is it?
There are several guys in that conversation.
Several.
Yes, they are.
There's only one.
Skip, Giannis is not taking a back seat.
Okay, but
Steph Curry.
Who's leading?
Who's the MVP right now?
It's Kevin Durant.
I think it's a coin flip. I think
he's got a shell of James Harden who didn't go last night. Really?
Well,
it's kind of Kevin Durant versus the world. And he's leading the league in scoring, and he's the MVP because they're still a viable force in the East.
I do not believe with James Harden playing the way he's playing that Kevin Durant can lift this team out of the East against a healthy Heat or a healthy Milwaukee Bucks team. We'll see what's going to happen. But back to last night, LeBron was impressive. Okay, Skip, you want to give him an 8 for the simple fact that it was against the Orlando Magic. But you can't deny that it was impressive considering it's not like Skip, the Lakers are like 20-5. Skip, they're barely above 500.
Yeah.
And we see what this team looks like when LeBron isn't there. This is the team that blew a 26-point lead and a 19-point lead to the OKC Thunder.
They did. Will you please just hold off all of your glorification?
No. We got something for them.
Okay, we got at Dallas on Wednesday night. At least could I please see a little triple-double at Dallas? Then I'll say, okay, you got me, because they're not bad. They're not great. How about at Minnesota? They've become dangerous.
Yeah.
They're a talented
Cat
team.
playing really well. Ant gonna be Ant.
Okay. How about at Chicago? That's the next game on Sunday, December 19th. How about it? It's an afternoon game. How about...
Man, that's a 12:30 game, man.
Can you just 12:30 Pacific time?
Yeah, but Skip, you know at 12:30 Pacific time, why they do that to us? You know how West Coast teams do playing at that time slot, Skip. You know that. So why would Adam Silver do that to us?
Then you come home for Phoenix on December 21st, a Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. local time. Phoenix, you like that? You want to get a case on that right now?
No. Because, Bron might not play. AD nursing that bug, that knee.
Play?
He might not, Skip.
Interesting.
Let's see what...
Then you got an easy one against my Spurs and what's left of them.
I want a case on that one.
That's Thursday, December 23rd. There'll be no cases. But then we come down to case. We got lots of cases.
Oh, we got lots of cases on that one.
Close the case on what happens on Christmas Day at 5 o'clock local. It'll be 8 o'clock in the East. It will be the Brooklyn Nets. Who knows? It'll probably just be KD. He'll probably play 1-on-5 against the Lakers.
No, James Harden to be back by then.
Think so?
James Harden to be back by then.
Yeah, okay. Well, here, I'm giving you options. I'm giving you opportunities where you can show me. But don't show me against the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Orlando Tragic.
He might not get triple doubles, but I still expect him to play extremely well, be very efficient from the floor. And that's what I like seeing, the efficiency in which he scored. He was 13 of 20, I think, on Friday night. He was 12 of 20 last night. At one point in time on Friday, he was 9 of 10. He was 11 of 14. As long as we keep seeing that efficiency, Skip, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah. These games don't look like stat pads to me. These are games you have to make those shots to actually win the game.
Ain't none of these games stat pads.
Right?
It's not, Skip. It's not like they're blowing, Skip. Even though they won last night, it wasn't like they beat this team by 25. They had them by 25, and I thought LeBron was going to be done at the start of the fourth quarter. I was like, oh, man, he's going to get these knees, put the knees on his back, his groin, his abs, his knees. LeBron about to be picked. Like, damn, Bron, check it back in the game.
And in the last minute of the game, he's jacking up jumpers, fallaways, saying, Kareem, I'm coming for you with this one. And I'm coming for you with this one. Unfortunately, missed both of them.
Yeah, he missed, but so in other words, he missed 2, so he'd have been 12 of 18. So he's 12 of 20. Bron, I can't believe you played that bad last night.
A long way to go to get to Kareem.
Okay. Guess what? We got a lot more years to go.
Well, do you?
We do.
Playing those kind of minutes?
Don't worry about the minutes. We don't count the minutes.
I got to knock on wood for
We
LeBron.
make the minutes count. Every time we out there, how can we influence? How can we impact the game in a positive manner? We can score. We can facilitate. We can rebound. We can block shots. We've seen that, right?
Against the Tragic.
No. We did that against. He blocked shots against 73 and 19. Won the NBA title.
That's when he had Kyrie as his.
Well, then Kyrie ain't blocked no shots. I'm saying what he did.
He shot.
Oh, I told you from the time that Kyrie left LeBron James, I say he will not ever, as long as LeBron play, be better than LeBron James. You said that he would.
Better sidekick, Kyrie or Russ? That's what it boils down to.
No, it don't. No.
And I say congratulations and good luck to you.
We'd already talked about this, Skip.
You handpicked Russ. Now live with it.
We living with it, but that don't mean we're happy.
Turnovers last night where I said, seriously?
A couple.
Oh, boy, Russ.
But the one he stepped out of bounds, that don't count, because that happened at every game. You can look at
Sometimes we don't even address it anymore.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.